Got a body for the top, baby. Bang. Bang. 10 toes down. I got shows and verses. I'ma bring them to your town. For the right fucking amount. You can hit me up right now. Hey, 54 show. And 24 12. I'm a loose screw, I ain't no nail. Walk up in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, listeners around the world, we're back. Welcome back to 10 Toes Down podcast. We took an unexpected bye week, like the Bills. We had some limited availability last week, but we're back. It was unintentional, but it ended up working out. I'm Brandon Crone, joined here finally by the somewhat full cast. It's going to be hard to get Jake on here from now on because he had something that comes up on Wednesdays, but I'm here with Torrin, Nate, and John. How are you fellas doing on this beautiful, almost Halloween evening for a spooky episode of 10 Toes Down? It's actually going to have nothing to do with Halloween, but I'm
doing great.
It'd be cool to say that.
But I do want to start off with an apology. To the fans, it was not Brandon and I's fault. It was just not our fault. Nate's is excusable, though, because he got free tickets to the Sabres game.
Oh, no, that's not the thing you should be apologizing for.
I was at work, man.
Hold on. I want to finish my apology. To Nate Harrington.
Apologize to me, son.
For those of you that do not know, I may or may not have, I have a crazy track record of talking before I win. I appeared to have lost to Nathan by quite a bit. By quite a bit. And from now on, the rest of this fantasy year, I will not be talking any trash. I won't be. I want to have fun this fantasy season.
Is there any point of us even playing the season when it's just going to be John and Fanger in the championship?
John's team is not winning. I will say that.
I almost beat Fanger. I lost to Fanger by a point.
Hey, okay. If I don't beat Fanger this week, then my season's over and the league is probably.
If I lose to Robert this week, it's over.
So if I lose to Fanger this week,
if I lose to Braden this week, it's over.
You guys can hate on me for
So we're actually
Kareem Hunt mid right now. Torn. We're just so good, dude. Me and you, we're just so good. Except I didn't lose to Nathan Harrington. Me and you, buddy.
Oh, thanks. I actually looked. I have a 3-1 record against you all time. That was your first win against me in 3 years. But that's besides the point. I wanted to apologize to Harrington.
Who has a championship?
I never said anything.
He sold his soul. He sold his soul.
Yeah, John, I don't know what type of devil magic you had that year, but
9-5 record, first place, beating 12-2 Nate Harrington. Zachary motherfucking Hurts. Zachary Hurts.
Nate, that's the worst choke. Nate, that's the worst choke I've ever seen. And the worst part is Nate will Nate might never get back to the playoffs again.
That season was a fluke. I've never made the playoffs in my own season.
You know what?
Year. It's a fluke.
We should put something down in the comments. What are some ideas for a fantasy punishment? Because the commissioner,
good idea.
The commissioner has not come up with the punishment. I came up with
I can't say what my punishment ideas were.
Your idea was awful. My idea was you dress up as a furry, like a full furry outfit, and attend a Sabres or Bills game.
That wouldn't be ridiculous. Listen, I can't say what my punishment idea was on camera because it was really bad. But that it was shot down so much to the point that the person that got last place and thought he had to do that punishment left the league. So
just full out gone.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. But my other idea of Impractical Jokers, where you take someone to the mall or something, you put an AirPod in their ear, and you have to talk to them and tell them things to say to random people in public. I thought that was pretty good. But people recommending ideas like the IHOP challenge it's so overdone.
Yeah,
and
who would ever come up with such an elite idea of 24
It was Ianco,
hours
actually.
Your way out of a IHOP.
Now the Wendy's 4 for 4x4 with Torrin was pretty.
By the way, I only have
that is the greatest punishment of all time.
I only have one win against Nate, and it was in the championship last year. By the way,
wow, this is going to be the first year I missed the playoffs.
No, it's not.
I suck at fantasy football.
I'm 3-5.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna have to win out. I can win. I can lose one more game.
The year before last year, half of my team got hurt, and just played terrible. And this year, half of my team got hurt and has just played terrible. So I don't know. I don't know what my luck is.
It's glazing me a little bit though. I'm 3-5 and have a higher percent chance to make the playoffs than some 4-4 teams do. It still has me at 37%. I'm 35
you remember a couple,
and I'm 3-5.
You remember a couple of years ago when I somehow I magically got a fucking tie?
Yes,
I remember that. That was
Tie in
crazy.
fantasy is
That was
actually
truly
crazy. That's
insane. You
nuts.
tied.
I finished 6-7-1 in 2023.
I thought that was going to happen with me and Fanger this week because literally there's a point difference between me and him.
They tied to the exact 100th, which is insane.
And in
I don't know if that's
2022,
ever
I finished in
happened.
last place.
What do you think the likelihood of that is? Because think about your quarterbacks are really the only ones that have the 100th of a point. And
It's got to be some so low.
They got it exact. I wonder, is the box score still available for that? I'd love to see what the
I
actual
bet you it is.
Redeemed.
Let's go back.
For what?
I
what?
redeemed my
your tie.
I
Is the
redeemed my
box
career
score
record against
available for that?
Alex.
Let me look.
I
Let me see.
redeemed
Hold
my-
on. Let me cook.
If I go to history,
I don't think so. I can't find it.
I'm looking for it.
I only see the flashback.
Actually, I can't find.
Yeah, the box score is not available.
I actually can find it. Yeah, hold up. It was last year, right?
No, 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, it was last
years
year.
ago?
Yeah, it was last year.
Just 2 years.
No, it was last year.
2 years ago. You finished 9-5 last year, John, and won the championship. It was
Oh
2
yeah,
years
you're
ago.
right. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Yeah.
You tied with Fanger, who won the championship with a tie in his record.
Dude, Fanger's
Massive.
just so elite at fantasy football, dude.
He's gonna come on this pod soon. He told me.
Banger or just that good?
Oh my god.
He has to call off for it or something. Anyway, while we're looking for these fantasy scores, we can get into
100.2. It was against Fanger.
wow.
100.2.
Oh, you can find it on computer. That's smart.
So Deshaun Watson put up 11.6. Mahomes put up 21.2. That was John would have won, but Breece Hall put up 0.9 points.
I'll say this, right?
0.9.
I'll say this.
What?
Up until this year, though, believe it or not, even though I've only made the playoffs once, up until this year, I've only had 1 year in this league that is recorded going back to 2022 of having a losing record.
Weren't you
I
3-11
finished-
that year?
23 I was 3-11, 22 I was 8-6, and last year I was 12-2.
Oh my god, this is when John had Odell on his bench. His starting kicker was
Missing the
Graham
playoffs
Gano.
at 8-6 is crazy. Was that 2022?
Dude, that was 22. The year that fantasy season was just insane.
Oh my god! Yeah,
finished
dude.
8-6.
Oh no,
We
it's
have
because that was a 10-man league and only 4 teams made it.
Oh, then yeah, but dude,
That's why.
that's just insane.
So
I was gonna
like
say.
I have the sudden realization that my team's success has come from changing my name.
I think you got.
We're not going to
about
say
the
what
fact
the
that
name
Low
is on
Lucky.
this podcast.
John
Just so
has
we're clear.
he's made one move all year. One move.
On the waivers.
For reference,
We'll move
yeah,
it.
I've made 10.
I changed my team
I think
every
Nate's
week.
got like 29.
How do you see
Oh,
how
I got
many?
way
How
more
do you
than
see how
that.
many moves you've made?
Did I even make a
You go to
trade
add
last year?
players. Or wait, no, you go to
Dude, I don't
league.
know.
You go to league home, and you go to full standings on the computer. It gives me the moves.
How many moves?
Keep in
How many
mind,
moves have I
okay.
made?
How many
so-
moves has everyone made?
So 2 years ago, when Brandon won Brandon made the chip, I don't think he won. It was
No.
the year Fanger won.
I haven't made the
He finished
chip.
in
I haven't
third.
made the chip since I
Brandon
won in the
made
first game.
31 moves. He made 31 moves all year, and that was the most.
I think
31
it's when I
moves.
drafted Travis Etienne, and he was really.
When we
bad.
look at this year, Nate has made 29 moves. The closest to him is Robert with 14.
Wow.
A lot of injuries.
John's
A lot
made
of
one.
switching of kickers and
I think it's like
defenses.
Did I
I've
did
been
I even
rotating
make a move
between-
last year?
You made 4. Or wait,
I've
no.
been rotating between kickers.
Oh, what do you mean, did you
defenses,
make any moves? You
flexes,
made
and
8.
running backs
I'm
like
curious
crazy.
what John's one move
Nate
is
made-
this year, though.
John,
Cut
it was
the Bills
defense. He just
defense,
dropped-
right? Signed
He
the
just
Bills
dropped the
defense.
Bills defense after picking them up.
You just dropped them.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I dropped them because I needed them because the Seahawks D was on a bye.
Yeah, I put in a claim for
That's
the Bills
crazy.
D when Landon dropped them, but you got him, which sucks because my defense had -9 this week. That's probably
Bills, thankfully, because the Carolina Panthers are just so ass without King Bryce Young.
Bro, Fanger's on a 6-game win streak. He started off 0-2.
That's
and
what
he's
I'm
won
saying.
6
I don't
in a
know.
row.
I don't think he. I don't know. I don't know if he'll lose another game this year. What's his remaining schedule?
I need you to beat Fanger because if you beat him and then I win, we're tied for first.
Well, his remaining schedule after this is Braden, Aiden, Brady, JJ, and Nate. Like 4 or 5 of those are just.
Does everyone Justin Herbert?
Line of defense.
Justin Herbert.
My last 2 games are against you two.
Anyway,
Brandon and I have the same exact schedule, just in different order.
Let's get into the 2 games that we have to talk about today, and then we can get into fun stuff. So, the first game, the Bills, we bounced back. Not really. We played Andy Dalton, but we won by a lot of points. For real. James Cook, guys,
he's top 5, bro. He's running.
Guys, we are like hypocrites a little bit because we gave Lamar Jackson shit for this exact thing last year, where like they just abused the running back, and because of that, we're like, oh yeah, there's no like. But actually, we're not hypocrites though, because I think we all acknowledge here that Josh Allen should not be MVP.
A man can admit when he's wrong. We were wrong.
We're seeing.
I agree with that.
I know he just won MVP, so the ceiling is really high for it. But we're seeing some slight regression recently from Josh Allen. But it's also not entirely his fault because his team is incompetent. Keon Coleman is ass.
The offense in general has had a big regression. I mean, the trenches. We've given up way more sacks than we did last year through these first 9 weeks. We've turned the ball over more. I mean, outside of like the games where James Cook is really a dominant running the football, I should say. Besides week 1, we haven't really seen like that crazy passing game from Josh Allen. I mean, like, I don't know. It's been a really weird year. It doesn't help that our defense, per usual, is injured, and we got random people just filling in. We just lost Ed Oliver to the IR, and he is like far and away our best defensive player this year. So we trade Ed Oliver for Maxwell Harrison, I guess, but I don't know. It's just it's a weird season, and somehow we have a 5-2 record.
I have a stat.
It's gonna be hard to fill that void.
I saw a graph today.
It's gonna be hard to fill that.
That made me sick is pretty good, though. Keon Coleman, out of wide receivers, with a minimum of 100 routes ran, has the lowest separation versus man coverage in the entire league.
Did you wait? Did I not send it to the group? Here, I'll have you read
lower.
This too. Here,
the second, he's worse. He's worse in man coverage than 2025 DK Metcalf. For reference, I don't know how much you guys keep up with Steelers football. But DK Metcalf is
both of them were on my fantasy team.
Look what I just said.
Not Keon anymore.
Wide receivers.
Wide receivers and tight ends versus man and zone.
Look at Shakir didn't play bad.
Josh Palmer. Okay, Josh Palmer is fine. Dalton Kincaid is fine. But Keon Palmer, okay. Never mind. So Palmer, good versus man, bad versus zone. Coleman, bad versus both. Shakir, bad versus man, good versus zone. Kincaid, good versus both. We don't use Dalton Kincaid, though, for some reason.
He's been hurt. I don't know what really happened this past week. We benched Terrell Bernard. We dressed him, and he just didn't play.
Well, it's because he's still dealing with his injury.
It's just, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Now we have Gabe Davis practicing again. We can look forward to that. Now, listen, if we don't make a move this week, which we won't, but we're not. Listen, I'll always take the Bills in the pick'ems. We're not fucking winning this week.
Dude,
this is Brandon Bean we're talking about. This is Brandon Bean.
Bean after dark.
He doesn't make splashes. He doesn't make splashes.
He's sleeping all week.
If we lose to the Chiefs this week, this is going to be the first brick that falls during the Bills season of just like this back half after the bye week just falling apart, dude.
This is what
all starts with this one loss.
The Joe Brady firing train, and hopefully, we clear house because I want them all.
Strictly because of how much I hate.
I'm done with it. I want them all.
Strictly because of how much I hate Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I obviously took the Bills and the pick'ems, but
Yep.
And they were talking about it the other week. The Chiefs can and will be. I
said this like a podcast or 2 ago. The Chiefs might just come in and beat the shit out of the Buffalo Bills at home.
Dude, their team, they're so good. How much help does Mahomes need? Like, honestly, how are we supposed to cover all those weapons?
We can't. And we're hurt. We have
Xavier Worthy is going to be guarded by either Tre'Davious White or a rookie in his second game.
At least Harrison's an athlete. I'll give him that. I mean,
He looked
that's
really
why we
solid
drafted him.
against the Panthers, by the way. He looked.
That's
really
why
good.
we drafted him, though, to cover the Xavier Worthies and the athletic freaks of the world. So I hope we're gonna see. We're gonna see right now. This game Sunday. We're gonna see if it's worth if the pick so far. Like it's really early to judge, but like this is why we got him. Because I mean, your number one guy in Christian Benford's gonna be on Rasheed Rice. So Worthy's gonna have to get covered by Harrison because Teron Johnson, man. Oh my God.
He fell off, bro.
He fell off a cliff.
He commits so many penalties.
He can't tackle anymore either.
No.
The amount of penalties the defense has allowed this year is astronomical.
We're painting the
Same with
field.
the offensive line, dude.
We went through like a phase where it was like 10, 9, 11. Like you just can't.
Yeah.
Spencer Brown and Deion
defense has been
hurt. Again?
Count, bro.
Yeah. Say that again.
The defense has been hurt too, but the offensive line it's literally the exact same group as last season. I don't understand that. Like,
he said 9/11 and I got excited.
Bro.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, we'll talk about the Jets later. Anyway, because there's something to say about that actually. I promise. I promise it's relevant. I promise it's relevant.
Just running with the flag is all I picture.
I promise it's relevant. But okay, as for the Panthers, I didn't know that. What's his name made his debut. The wide receiver. He's really good.
Cochran.
Coker, or whatever. Jalen Coker or whatever.
No, he's a dog.
Yeah. I didn't know.
So was Jimmy Horn, and then Maxwell Harrison leveled him.
And then, you know,
Ted
obviously,
was playing. I could tell Tet was playing. That dude was catching every single ball thrown his way. And then Xavier Legette is terrible. He's actually terrible,
dude.
And I started him in fantasy.
That guy. What does that guy eat for barbecue? I forget what it was.
He eats raccoon.
Yeah, dude, he's nuts.
He skins him.
He pre-gamed
he's a Southern
out of the womb.
He went to South Carolina. He went to South Carolina, and now he just picks up and kills.
Well, look at his fellow quarterback, Spencer Rattler.
I'm not here to judge people. Spencer Rattler just got benched for Tyler.
Unfortunately, which sucks because Spencer Rattler should get a second chance somewhere else.
He's been playing decent. I mean, I know they haven't really been winning, but like.
It's because he plays on an awful team.
Send Spencer Rattler to like Minnesota or the Rams to develop, and I promise you he'll pull a Sam Darnold. Or
Spencer Rattler literally, I mean, him and Chris Olave have looked pretty good together. I mean, both of them have been healthy, and they've been able to connect, especially on big plays downfield.
Really good games from AJ Epineza to Michael Hoyt, 1.5 sacks in the season debut.
Yeah.
Hoyt.
Cole Bishop had a quietly good game, I feel like, too. Him and Jordan Poyer looked pretty good.
Deion Walker
they were good. They had a good tandem at safety there.
Deion Walker's the next candidate for, gets a being late round gem that gets a contract and falls off in year 4. I'm ready.
Oh gosh.
Which just means he's going to have an insane year 3. So, 2027 is the Bills' year.
We're going to win, bro.
Dude, I don't know. This week proves whether we're legit.
The Cowboys of the AFC right here, guys. This is our year.
I don't think our defense is that
America's
bad.
Team.
And the low key, they this season they have the better quarterback, and they actually have receivers.
Yeah,
I have a nasty Dak agenda, bro. I think he's top 5.
I love some. I'm huge on George Pickens this year.
This year, because Burrow's out, it's not ridiculous to say that.
Dak is so good at football, bro. Dak is so good.
Dak is good at football.
I'm telling you, bro.
So is that guy from Philly.
It's not.
That guy from Philly's pretty good at football.
Jalen Hurts is amazing.
Although I will say, they do need to ban the tush push. It's getting a little ridiculous.
They called a penalty on it. They called a penalty on it. But that fumble,
did you see?
The fumble was ridiculous. The fumble was
ridiculous.
Yeah. That was insane. But
the fumble is stupid.
They're starting to call penalties on it.
They finally called a penalty. They finally called one.
Didn't they call one on us too when we tried to run it? Didn't they call us for illegal formation?
We don't run the actual tush push though.
But we still got illegal formation called on us though. They said the offensive line lined up too far back.
That's the thing. The whole thing is people are going.
Unless that was another game I was watching. But
they're complaining mainly about the guards and the false starts in the Eagles touch push specifically. I just think it would all be easier if we just got rid of it. And I'm not trying to just shit on it, but too many people argue about it and just claim all this crap. If you want to just stop it, let's just get rid of it.
They've used it. They've been using it more so this year to just get first downs around midfield than they have in the red zone.
Saquon's also he just had a great game himself.
Finally, he had like a good game because it was.
Yeah.
I mean, right off rip, second play of the game, house call. So from there, like you're bound to have a good game, which he needed because I think he might still be on pace for under 1,000 yards rushing. If not, he's like just.
It's been a quiet year. Yeah. Whole Eagles offense has kind of been quiet outside of like a couple of key notable games, but
they just traded
again. I think that's
Mechie to the Jets.
John Mechie.
They didn't use him anyway, but and now they have Michael Carter.
Jets corners are good. Jets corners are usually pretty solid.
Well, Michael Carter was a backup this year. He's also, from what I heard from Jets fans, he's apparently really injury prone, and this year his role kind of took a step down. Which is really weird considering they have Brandon Stevens on their team. I know it's slot versus whatever, but I mean, like, Brandon Stevens is ass. So
wait, can we just? I think we've covered kind of what we need to, but like
we can. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys? What else? Like,
I was going to talk about the Jets actually.
Yeah, because I mean,
the fact that the Jets won and Joe Flacco's hurt. I want to be the QB.
I want to clear the air real quick on what I just said. I don't know if you guys saw I sent it to the group chat. The graphic that the Bengals posted of them, like almost,
oh my God,
almost game time. They're flying a plane in New York. Like it's there's plays on and it's real. Like that's not fake. Someone made an edited version and like put the towers on the thing, but the graphic was real. I could not believe my eyes. It was still up after they lost the game.
Well, it had stats on like the panel, like
it had play calls,
the cockpit, but then you look out and it's like just the New York skyline.
Like
it's the New York skyline.
Why would a plane be anywhere close to those buildings?
What makes you? What's going through the editor's mind that thinks, yeah, that's fine, yeah.
I saw
with two terribly edited photos of Flacco and Jamar Chase as pilots, like. They're just like plopped in. It looks as a graphic designer, it triggered me a little bit.
I saw someone post on Twitter saying that the Jets should just trade away and refuel the rebuild, like get as much as you can for guys like Gardner, Williams, Garrett Wilson, and just see what just like completely re-tear and redo it again. But I don't really and fire Glenn. Like I think it's a bit overkill because like. In reality, I think Aaron Glenn just needs a couple more pieces, and if they're in a position where they can get a quarterback this year, so I think you got to let it ride another year and kind of see what you got and just keep adding depth because the Jets' defense has never really been like, sure they have their bad games, but they've always been pretty solid, at least from when I watched them against the Bills. Like anytime we go to MetLife, man, I feel like it's a crazy game where we're trying to mainly lean on the run game. Like the Jets' defense it's like quietly good. And I mean, the offense really, their offense really is just a quarterback away and maybe another weapon on the outside. I mean, Breece Hall has looked pretty decent this year, and who's the guy? Braylon Allen. I mean, he got hurt, but he's a good combo to run off of Breece Hall, especially in like a very run-heavy system. Mm-hmm. So if they could just get like a tight end and another weapon on the outside, the Jets could do something. But it all starts with getting like that franchise quarterback. Because Justin Fields is not it.
They play teams close, but they've had games that they've been close in that they still just looked abysmal. Yeah. I know I mentioned a lot of I had the misfortune of watching the entire Broncos Jets early game 2 weeks ago. I think it was like right before my birthday too, or like on my birthday. That was like 2 days before my birthday, so it was like happy birthday, you get the shitty game. And then the Bills lost the next day on Monday night to Atlanta. But yeah, that game was really close, but they just looked abysmal. I
never like any of the overseas games.
They seem very intensive to keep Glenn around for a second year. I don't think he's getting fired. I mean, so
some guys like Glenn and Salah.
They'll do all that just to end up firing him in year 2 because they'll make some dumb move. I think Russell Wilson is the most obvious Jet in 2026. That's my prediction.
Look at Salah, though. I mean, they brought in... Salah's great for San Fran. He becomes head coach, doesn't really succeed, and he goes back in the Niners. Like, he's doing well with the Niners. Like, some people are just meant to be, like, coordinators more than head coaches.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean, Glenn's not even... Like, when you look at Aaron Glenn... I think he can be a quality head coach, but you look at the resources he's got, and it's just he gets thrown into a fire, and it's just adding oil, and it's just going to get worse and worse.
He hasn't lost the locker room yet, which is good. That's a guy that can keep the locker room.
Well, he holds them accountable. which he does good. Like, he calls people out. He holds them to like a standard at
He's
least.
definitely head
I
coach
just think-
material.
Oh yeah.
Am I like I don't know if it's crazy, but I just think they should roll with Tyrod and see what happens because I feel like Tyrod.
I agree with that because
he
Justin
can throw
Fields,
the ball.
Justin Fields has not been playing good, and
But,
I love the
dude,
guy.
they
I
can't-
loved him at Ohio State,
I
but
don't
Justin
think-
Fields is
throws
not
the ball
playing
so much
good.
better.
How do you bench Fields now though?
I know that's what I'm saying.
You
It's
give him-
tough. But
here's-
like,
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. The Jets, they don't have like. There's nothing to look forward to now. There's no expectations, and I mean, there really wasn't. I mean, were there really expectations going into
week
the season?
one
That's the thing.
drove a
So
lot of hype.
week one, and I'll admit
there
it.
was
I'll
expectation.
admit it. Our
by their
first
fans.
episode, our first podcast episode, I had high praise for the Jets and how well they were
They
playing.
looked really
I
good.
just didn't.
Against the Steelers.
I just didn't think it was going to turn into this. And the Jets are a mess. They have been a mess for the last decade. And it's really like it's not even just a quarterback. They're missing for some reason. They're just missing so much, even though there really isn't much that seems to be missing. Like on paper, they're a
Sounds
good
like the
team. They're
Sabres.
young. On paper, like their defense should be better, and their defense isn't even their bad spot. It's mostly just that terrible offense that like they have Brees Hall, they have Garrett Wilson, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, like Glenn, he does his job as a head coach, and it's just hard to win football games when you have the Jets. I don't
If
know what it is
anyone-
with the Jets, but it's just you have the Jets, and there's just something about it that they will just make you look bad. I don't really know how to explain it too well. It's just the Jets being the Jets.
I really
The
think
Jets
if
will
anything,
always
the
be
Jets are that
That's the
team.
best way to
Jets
explain
gonna
it.
The Jets should have been the team that went out and tried to pursue an offensive guru at head coach because again, the defense has usually been their strong spot.
And
So
you
go and get an
one of
offensive
the
guy
better
that can go
defensive
make
coordinators.
go get an offensive guy that can try and use Justin Fields in a system where he doesn't have to do too much and can just make simple reads and easy throws. You know,
He can't do that though. You need
I know, but-
Fields to be able to actually do that, and he can't.
I don't know. I don't like the way that they run their offense. Really, I mean, relying on the run game way too much, and then when you have to throw, it's like you can't even do it. The offensive line, it doesn't help when you lose Vera Tucker to a season-ending injury before the season even started. Like, it's just terrible. Their offensive line is Swiss cheese, and Fields also makes problems by trying to extend plays and holding onto the ball way too long.
Still got the
It's
dub
just-
at least,
it's
so that's
ugly.
why you can't
It's
really
really
bench him
ugly.
now. Which you said, no
Mhm.
expectation. So it's like play the guy you paid and that won you a game for a little bit. And then on the Bengals side of the ball, Flacco's still flinging it. Where the fuck is Trey Hendrickson? He only has 4 sacks this year. After all
He's hurt.
that bitching in the offseason, he has 4 sacks.
And he's going to get traded at the deadline.
I'm pretty sure he's hurt this week. I don't think he's playing against. The
Yeah,
Bills.
he might get traded too. Dude, he's what? He had let's be real, he had one good year. Last year he led the league. And just
Yeah.
and
I
Joe
wouldn't say he
Burrow
had
Joe
one
Burrow
good
does all he
year.
can to get his boys
with
paid.
the Bengals, he had one good year, but like with the Saints, he played phenomenal. But then he comes here, he gets a bag. But like, I feel like that's such a common occurrence now, especially with guys that come into a new team, they get a bag, they suck, and they start bitching because they don't. They expect wins, but they realize like they're the cancer, or they don't realize that they're the cancer, and they're gonna.
Let me
leave.
tell you,
And it's
His
just going to
play-
derail.
They just
their
started this
career.
with hockey.
Playing
They
worse
started
than-
this with the hockey market
Yeah,
too.
they did.
All these young guys are coming into the NHL, playing like a season or two, and now like you saw the whole McTavish thing with Anaheim. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he got paid because he's playing, but like he was skating with some junior team and stuff because he wanted to get paid like this superstar crazy money.
There was a
Logan
guy
Cooley
this
just
morning.
got 8
Just
or
this
something.
morning,
like
he just got $80 million, 8 years for $10 million, which is a lot in hockey. $80 million.
playing really good, though.
I think,
that's their
but he's
franchise center.
21.
He's
But
playing,
he's
but their
21.
their thing though is like the line that they have together is playing really good, and between him and Guthier, like they're gonna be doing that for a long time. I saw some interview on Spin Chicklets about it, so like it's reasonable, and that's the franchise piece, so I can understand it. But a lot of the young guys
Yeah,
in the
but-
NHL are just demanding this ridiculous amount of money.
But when you compare it to the NFL, these guys that are demanding money, they're not 20. They're like 30. And they've been vets in the league for 10 plus years. And they're saying, "Oh, I'm still in my prime." It takes 1 year. It takes 1 year for you to go from here to here and then you're gone.
And that's what we're
It's
seeing
as
with
simple
Tom
as
Brady
that.
right now.
Some people just gotta understand that they gotta take a bridge deal.
Yeah, right.
You gotta take a team-friendly deal and try to earn that contract.
He did though. Did they not sign him to a 1-year contract?
They did. I think it was out of pity, and I think it was a lot of money. I think it was like.
Oh, so it's just
probably
they
around
just
what
paid
A
him
Hutch
for the
just
1
got
year.
paid, which is, with the Lions' payroll already, that deal is, not ridiculous because they just pay everyone. But I still can't believe James.
Well, Dan Campbell said he's like a pillar on that team, and he's excited.
Yeah, he's someone you need to pay, but they're gonna run into some cap issues.
Like him, Gibbs, St. Brown. Those are like your top three.
But Gibbs hasn't even been extended yet. No.
Oh no, he hasn't left his rookie deal yet.
So
that trade deal was a year $29 million.
And they just extended JMO.
That's what I'm doing. The Lions are gonna have cap problems, bro. The Lions are gonna be the next.
Sewell.
Remember what we just saw with the Saints, like 2020?
They went all in.
Yeah,
they went all in.
That's what we're about to see right now because they have Jared Goff, and he's
same with teams like the Niners too, with all these aging talents.
Oh my God, yeah! All
and
the
now
teams
the Niners
with
are
bright futures are going all
Nobody
in.
can stay on the field. Fred Warner, Nick.
I would say Philly too, but Howie Roseman's just such a great GM. He'll find a way.
Howie Roseman is like a football god. The amount of knowledge that guy has, and literally, is the second something happens, boom, he's on it. He makes a trade,
and he knows when to move off of people too.
It's a free agent.
Like, look at Darius Slay. Darius Slay is garbage for the Steelers this year.
And he knows how to draft too. I wish we had a GM that knew how to draft. I'm so jealous.
Like early round.
He got Jalen Hurts in the second round.
He traded for Jordan Davis.
He got Jalen Hurts because the Green Bay an NFL team took Jordan Love and Tua Tagovailoa before Jalen Hurts.
Dude, he did not. I don't even think he had to make a move for Jalen Carter. I think the people just fell because of the
character concerns. Give me a fucking
that's
break.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Sometimes it doesn't matter about character concerns when you got talent like that.
Concerns. Give me a break.
You make that trade with the Titans for AJ Brown, and they take a guy like Treylon Burks.
The last thing I
don't think he's employed anymore.
Yeah, no, he's not. Well, Treylon Burks is on Washington now. He's fighting for a spot on a shitty team with injuries because Debo is just washed. Anyway, and Terry can't stay on the field. The last thing I wanted to say about the Bengals is
he's out again this week.
Can we please have the Joe Burrow conversation? Please. How many more times do we have to see Joe Flacco succeed in the system before we understand that what I've been saying all along is that Jamar Chase, then Burrow. Jamar Chase made Joe Burrow.
When you have all those assets with you, you're obviously going to be good. Look at Daniel Jones.
Jamar Chase made Joe Burrow.
That looking at it now, that's not ridiculous to say.
I've been saying this for years. Burrow does nothing to amaze you besides just use all these elite weapons and throw for a lot of passing yards and not win games.
Well, he can because his receivers can create separation.
I wish we had that. Imagine Josh Allen with Jamar Chase, bro. Oh my God, I'm going to tweak out. I'm going to actually tweak out. Imagine Josh Allen with Jamar Chase.
Imagine Josh Allen with a guy like, Justin Jefferson. But no, we traded for a diva.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna shit on the Diggs trade.
What? Diggs was great.
I'm not gonna shit on the Diggs trade.
No.
He may have started in the playoffs, but he's great.
Diggs had the greatest 4-year stretch of any Bills receiver ever.
When you look back at it, obviously you want Jay Jettas because he's like
4 year.
Would probably stay.
But he's probably the greatest Bills receiver of all time, dude.
No, he didn't do enough.
Right up there.
He didn't do enough to pass
Yeah,
Andre. He was here for 4 years, bro. Which is crazy.
What I'm trying to say
years.
is, like, if you had Jay Jettas for like this long time compared to the 4 or 5 years you had Diggs, it would obviously be nice.
Do you know how much
Jay Jettas doing though?
Do you know how Jay Jettas is the only QB-proof wide receiver we've ever seen?
But Diggs just came in and he helped elevate Allen's game.
Dude,
we needed a guy like a Diggs.
Jay Jettas
is the reason our offense was so electric back in 2020 and 2021. It was really just our defense and the play calling that let us down later on in the season. Diggs, of course, he had his problems. He had his problems in the locker room like later on, but like, what can a guy do when you're constantly getting screwed over by poor defensive play calling that screws you over in the end? And I guess not getting targets, but everybody eats. I mean, I like the everybody eats mentality, but
the big problem with Diggs was his playoff success. We really didn't have
do
any
shit
playoff
in the
success with him.
playoffs. Nothing.
Right.
But dude, Justin Jefferson though. Think about this. With his pace right now, think about the Minnesota resume.
He's insane, dude.
Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, like the Minnesota receivers all time. It's not ridiculous to say Justin Jefferson could finish at the top of that list all time, including above Randy Moss all time.
He's on pace.
He's on pace to be top 5. He's on pace to be better than like AB and Julio for sure.
Yeah,
if not more than that. He's insane. He's QB proof as well. It's just ridiculous what he's doing, and we've seen.
And then you got a guy like a Jordan Addison outside on the other side with him, dude.
I fucking hate quarterback, bro. Why did they have to They just made a 30-minute segment on that game when Kirk Cousins. Ugh, it was disgusting.
Cam Lewis.
Thought he was him, man. Main character syndrome. He tried to get the pick.
He said, "Yeet.
I'm gonna get this pick myself."
Well, do you remember NFL films when the D-Hop Hail Mary happened? I couldn't watch football for a week after that. I didn't watch football for a week.
I didn't choose to be a Bills fan. Okay, maybe I did, but
You live in Buffalo.
We could be Bears fans. We could be Chicago Bears fans. Or New York Jets.
They did just lose to Snoop Huntley.
Here's the thing.
Lamar Jackson. How
they have Super Bowls, but they're all the way back in.
Lamar Jackson and Snoop Huntley have the same amount of wins this year as starters.
Lamar Jackson.
You guys thought I was crazy for taking the Ravens in the pick'ems, bro. I knew it was happening.
Who did the Ravens play? What I picked the Ravens.
Miami. They play
they play Miami
against the Bears.
Oh, Ravens are winning.
I took the Bears.
Dude, the Ravens are going to win the AFC North. Oh my god. The Ravens are actually going to come back and win the AFC North.
Yes, they are.
Steelers are fraud. Dude,
as much as I don't want them to, they're going to.
DK Metcalf is so bad.
I said this there's time proof. A couple weeks ago, I said, dude, it wouldn't shock me if the Steelers don't win the North. And you guys are like, oh no, the Steelers are gonna win the North. I'm like, the Steelers suck.
Dude, I didn't think DK would regress this much. He's made for a team like the Steelers because he's a menace. But now George Pickens is better than DK Metcalf. They traded the wrong receiver.
Jonathan Taylor's about to do that defense this week. Do you know what JT's about to do to the Steelers defense this week?
I picked the Steelers to win. I had to check to make sure.
Jonathan Taylor, I just want to say, has saved my fantasy season. If I don't have him on my team,
I picked Pittsburgh.
I would be 2-6.
Pittsburgh's run defense.
The Colts got to lose eventually, man. The Colts got to lose eventually, and they play the Steelers on the road.
But it ain't now.
It's a game they can lose. It's one of those random games where TJ Watt can just explode,
The only way the Colts season falls apart is if JT
offensive
gets hurt.
line has been nuts.
They're insane.
They have been.
When you look at I saw a graph or I saw a tweet.
Don't they got that? Don't they got the Fries guy?
I think so.
Will
But
Fries or whatever his name is.
I saw a graphic the other day, and it's like, oh, the average person can't run a yard in the NFL, and then it's looking at
whole of Jonathan.
The whole. That's I swear to God, it's like 3 people wide. And people are wondering why Jonathan Taylor is playing so amazing, and it's because his
I'll take my 1 yard in CTE just to prove that wrong.
3-yard gaps.
Nate, you already got the CTE. This dude Nate's signed up for rugby willingly. He's starting this weekend.
You play rugby? I'll be there for 30 minutes, and then I gotta leave.
Let's get into some fun talk here with the approaching trade.
Overrated, underrated?
Overrated, underrated is after.
Okay.
We have more overrated, underrated because John wasn't here for it. And this overrated, underrated has some all-time names, but it mainly has current players. But first, we're going to talk about some trade deadline stuff. With the trade deadline approaching, I'm just going to leave the floor open. Who do you guys want to see go where? Who do you think will go where? Who do you want to see make a move? Who needs to sell? Who needs to buy? Just any talking points you guys have about the trade deadline. Let's hear it.
I want to start Torrens.
I like
what?
So I like the reports that I like the reports that I've been seeing of the Saints and their receivers when it comes to Olave and Shaheed. I mean, you're 1-6, right? Right? No, wait, they're 1-6 at this point, or
they're 1-7.
Anyway,
they have the first.
Saints.
With the Jets win, they have the first overall pick right now.
Right. So they're terrible.
That's
And
another
I
thing.
mean,
The Jets
we
just
don't know
screwed
what this.
themselves by winning.
So I think if they do get rid of one of those
Inefficient.
guys, Shaheed and or Olave, like those are two receivers that could get you some good, draft depth. I'd say. Um, I would definitely make a deal with one of those, strictly because you like the same thing with the Jets is you have no expectation from here. And nobody really expects the Saints to come in next year and be like the Super Bowl winning team. So I think you do shift up your offense a little bit, trade maybe a key player, get some draft picks and whatnot, and just see what you could do in the offseason this year and just get your rebuild going again instead of just this constant stall out of like, oh, you got Derek Carr. Oh, you guys started hot 2-0 last year and then fell off a cliff. Derek Carr got hurt, retired, and now you didn't draft Shador Sanders, which I think they should have drafted Shador Sanders. Argue with the wall.
I agree, John. You're spitting right now. You're cooking.
Shador Sanders shouldn't have gone in the 5th round and being backed. He shouldn't be backing up Dylan Gabriel right now. Dylan Gabriel was terrible.
You took Jackson
Dylan Gabriel was terrible this past week.
Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart was the right pick.
Jackson Dart's a dog.
Yeah, he was the right pick.
And, so I think the Saints definitely should be a team that makes some big offense trades. Along with a team like Jets, like Nate was saying earlier, clear house a bit, get rid of a few guys. I mean, again, you're the New York Jets, and you have a lot of good players that, same with like Olave and that, could get you key draft picks, and, your rebuild might be a little less painful for Jets fans. But I think the Bills need to make a splash, and I know we're putting a lot of hope on Brandon Beane in the Big 25, but if they could go out and get a guy like Olave or Shaheed or Brian Thomas, but again, the Brian Thomas Jr. talks,
in my opinion, if I had to bet on it,
the Brian Thomas Jr. talks, I
saw
hate that people. Listen, I hate that people want to give up on a guy like Keon Coleman and Brian Thomas Jr. when they haven't even played a full 2 seasons yet.
I would love to get Brian Thomas Jr.
in their career.
Yes,
it'd be great
we should
to
have
get
just traded
BTJ.
up for BTJ in the draft, like I wanted us to, but we
right,
just
exactly.
Never,
I would love to get BTJ, and I saw the talks this weekend that they're taking calls for him.
Yeah, personally, I didn't think the Jags were going to take him though. I did not think the Jags were going to take a wide receiver with the way
what
Christian
are the Jaguars going to do if they get rid of BTJ? I get BTJ isn't like the most. I get BTJ isn't the most electric player, but Travis Hunter is ass. He should primarily play corner.
No, he's not.
Receiving last year.
What do you say? Travis Hunter is not ass.
Travis Hunter should primarily play corner.
No,
more than he does.
No, he should not. He has He's already shown so many flashes of playmaking ability. Did you see?
I get it, but it's like. So I guess if you want Travis Hunter to, I guess, shine more, then you have to get rid of BTJ.
He's not
if that's the case.
No, he's not going to be the wide receiver one. But Trevor needs 2 weapons, bro. He's not an amazing quarterback.
Well, especially since ETN has kind of regressed a little bit as the season has gone on. Like how I thought he would start off this season, kind of.
Yeah, like.
But no.
Because he's not. The
value. We got to look at value though. You know how much they're gonna want. I know people are like it's whatever because we haven't drafted well in the early rounds, but it's like, how much are you willing to give the Jags for Brian Thomas Jr.? I mean, we're talking about a guy that just finished top 3, if not top 5, in receiving last year as a rookie. It's insane.
He's a first-round pick in his second year.
Yeah, and he hasn't. He's still on his rookie deal, so he's cheap. Like, and he's super fast. He ran a good 40 time and everything. It's like
I'd give up a second rounder for him.
They're gonna want a first. They're gonna be pushing the bargain, dude. They're gonna be pushing. If you want a guy like BTJ,
but with Bean, dude. I don't value draft capital as much because
that's
our
what I'm
general
saying.
manager doesn't know how to draft. I'd rather take guaranteed talent.
Plus, anyways, the Bills, regardless of whatever, the Bills are more than likely a wild card team. Everything said and done, so it's like it's going to be a late round pick.
We're still favorites to win the division.
Yep. I saw a thing today actually, and it wouldn't be ridiculous, but I saw a report saying the Patriots are shopping for a running back, dude. If the Pats can get like an RB, oh my god, bro!
Why are they not using Travion Henderson?
Because he's unproven. And they don't want to test it out now.
I think Henderson is more of like.
How much worse can you be than Ramondre Stevenson?
Stevenson, though, I mean, he
Stevenson is
fumbles,
ass.
but he's not terrible.
He can't
he's
hold
not
on to the
that
ball.
terrible.
He cannot hold on to
He
the
just
ball.
fumble. He does
Listen,
fumble a lot, but like.
Speaking of running backs, I want to address this right now because I have this gut feeling, right? So you said we were talking about the Saints and how they need to sell, and they have these receivers that can
Kamara.
get them really good value. Listen, to make their rebuild happen, and I know he said he doesn't want to be traded, but listen,
Didn't they just extend him though?
They just extended him on a
Alvin-
2-year
They
deal.
just gave him a contract.
Alvin
2-year
Kamara
deal.
would give them the most value, right, of anyone on their team.
Yeah, but he said he wants to stay there.
But he says that until the Kansas City Chiefs are on the phone.
That's
That's not ridiculous. They just lost Pacheco.
I have this gut
If that
feeling.
happened,
The
bro, it
NFL
would
is
be-
over.
I don't like that though.
Oh.
I don't like that though because
I
the
have
Chiefs,
a gut
listen,
feeling that I could see
Listen.
Alvin Kamara be traded to the Kansas City
There's-
Chiefs, and
there's
if it
just no-
happens, I'm
there's
like this
just
podcast
no-
is
That's
done.
not
We're never-
ridiculous.
we're
That's
never
not
doing that.
ridiculous to say that.
It's not.
I think
It's real. It's very real. They
I
could
think
trade for
it's
Brees
stupid.
Hall too.
I think it's dumb because why get Alvin Kamara when you got like budget Alvin Kamara and a guy like Rashad Smith, who is
Oh
a
come on!
receiving
No,
back.
no.
Dude, he's
They got KD,
yes.
but we got Jaden McDaniel.
But bro, no, it makes no sense.
They got Alvin Kamara, but we got Brashard Smith. No.
Why would you trade for an aging, expensive running back when you got someone that fits the role? They're not a dynamic running
He's
team
still
to begin
good.
with.
Dude,
Dude, they run a 3-back
No.
system. I'm sorry.
No.
They got Mid
No.
and Pacheco. They got Kareem Hunt for the short downs,
Pacheco's
and then they
not
throw in.
mid.
he said Brashard Smith. Dude, bro.
He used Rashad Smith because he's
Bro,
a receiver halfback
Rashad
hybrid.
Smith can't. This is like Chris Bosh, Nick Claxton, Anthony Davis conversation. Okay, this is and Rashad Smith is Nick Claxton. Like we're not
But
doing.
he
We're not
fits
having.
what I'm saying is he fits the role. Like they don't need that. I don't know. I just don't see
Alvin
them getting
Kamara unlocks
Kamara.
things with the Chiefs off because okay, when you look at like Alvin Kamara is like comparable to what prime Kareem Hunt when he was with Kansas City.
That's not ridiculous.
Mm.
He's
Like
he's
Kamara
shown
right
signs of
now.
weakness.
Kamara then is obviously peaked much higher than that, but Kamara right now can be very comparable to like 2017, 2018 Kareem Hunt.
Prime Kareem Hunt was borderline unstoppable.
Kamara peaked way higher than that though. 5 touchdowns in a game.
Well,
Right?
yeah,
It
but
was
like
on
Kamara now
Thanksgiving, too,
compared to prime
Christmas. It
Kareem
was either on
Hunt,
Thanksgiving
I would give-
6 touchdowns in a game.
It was against
Right?
the Vikings, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 6 touchdowns, right? Not 5, 6.
I was going up
I mean,
against them in the
we're
playoffs.
talking about
You faced
I'm just
Alvin
saying-
Kamara 6 touchdowns.
In the playoffs, where he put up like 55 points in one game, and it was
I'm
the
just
third.
saying that
It
we're
was the
having
Thanksgiving game. That's where I remember it from.
we'd be having completely different talks about Kansas City and Kareem Hunt if he just never, did what he did. Like Kareem Hunt would be an insane like running back if he just never.
Well, the Chiefs' track record of drafting running backs since then isn't good, so why not trade for a proven guy? Pacheco, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like they haven't drafted good guys.
Edwards-Helaire.
Right, like
No, I
CH, who I believe is at least he was on the Saints.
He
I don't know
got
if he
cut
still
from the
is.
Saints.
Yeah,
He got
so
cut.
be like, hey,
Actually,
you
don't know
guys
where he is.
can just sign Clyde back, right? We'll give you a solid pick for Alvin Kamara.
Where
And they'll
is
do
bro?
it because it'll give at the
I
end
don't
of the
think he's on
day,
it.
Alvin
I don't
Kamara
think
will
He's
get them
not
more
on a
value.
team.
Alvin Kamara to the Chiefs will get them more value than definitely Shaheed and maybe even.
Oh
Odell.
wait, he's on the Chiefs. He's on
And
the Chiefs practice squad.
it frees up cap to get rid of Kamara. So I don't think it's like when the needy fantasy team gets fleeced by like the 7-0 team because they just need guys, so they sell like their first round pick. Like they sell Bijan because
they sell they sell
CeeDee
Rasheed
Lamb.
Rice.
They sell
They
CeeDee Lamb.
sell Rasheed Rice to the obvious championship favorite just for Patrick Mahomes to blow Rasheed Rice's leg out the next week for a guy like I don't know who's the running back that's currently on the Vikings.
Aaron
He
Jones?
filled in for when CMC. No,
Jordan
he filled in
Mason?
for when
Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason. Yeah, when I traded Jordan Mason for Rasheed Rice last year, and then Rasheed Rice the following
was
week
that
gets his
with
leg
again?
taken out.
I forgot.
Landon.
Landon. Of course.
Bro,
Landon is my
you would've-
favorite player to trade
You
with in the league.
talk about I would have not only coasted the championship, I would have won the whole thing with that last year. Easily.
I don't know. But are there any
Landon.
specific teams or like Any specific
I
players
think
you want
the
to
Dallas
see?
Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys.
I was
go
gonna say Tariq
defense.
Woolen.
Ooh,
I would
say,
Tariq Woolen.
Jalen
Where would
Phillips.
you want to see him go?
I would like to see him go to Dallas. Yes,
I
they
think
need
Jalen
DB,
Phillips
but
goes to Dallas.
I think
I think he goes to
or
Dallas
Bradley Chubb.
because
Bradley Chubb.
I think any
They're gonna
guy
trade. They
on
might
the
trade
Miami
both
defense,
of them.
they realistically to send both of them to Dallas, that's not ridiculous. They'd have to get back a hefty. They'd have to get back a hefty package. But
Dallas
that
could
no,
do
Cowboys,
it.
you're getting
that
your
Cowboys
value
D-line
a
is
little bit more out of
awful.
Jalen Phillips just because of age.
Jalen
Well, I mean,
Jalen Phillips
he's
is the
good.
more
He's
injury prone
good.
though, which is insane because
He is
Bradley
more-
Chubb
He
is
yeah,
also
just
but he
tore his
proved-
Achilles too.
yeah.
The thing that was crazy though, he was proving to be a pretty good pass rusher until his
He
shit
tore his
got
Achilles.
fucked up.
I think it was
Yeah,
23 to
it was
Jalen
against-
Phillips.
It was
It was like
the Dolphins were
At
when
MetLife
the Dolphins
Stadium.
yeah.
the Dolphins were contending for the East that year,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jalen Phillips was
At
a
MetLife
really
Stadium.
good, I think, 23 season, and then went down.
Oh, and then it got
and then they also got rid of Wilkins. They had a line.
They signed
actually had
so
a
many
line.
injury-prone players. Teron
I
Armstead
just
couldn't stay
think-
on the field.
I just think
Raheem
the Dallas
Mostert.
Cowboys have to
Mostert, yeah.
upgrade.
He was good though. That's
They
the
have
crazy
to.
part. He
I
played
hope
really good for
I
them.
hope Dallas makes some moves.
They have to.
They're
If
wasting-
Dak needs help. Dak
Trade
needs help.
Dak Prescott.
They're wasting a season from Dak, and let's be real. Like George Pickens is due for such a big extension. Dallas cannot pay him. George Pickens will be
Steelers.
on. Pickens will be on another team next year.
I don't know exactly.
I want to sign George Pickens.
I don't know exactly like who, but I
I
wouldn't
would
be
too.
shocked if
Free agency.
I like
I
that
would
better.
love George Pickens with Josh Allen.
I think the Steelers need like another wide receiver just to if they want to try and secure the division. I think the Steelers could use another wide receiver.
Oh, DK sucks.
Yeah, like they.
Don't say that. That's my wide receiver one right now.
What do you guys know? What do you guys know though about
You drafted DK, Jerry Jeudy, Keon Coleman. Oh
Yeah,
my
Coleman
god!
actually he got rid of
Bro,
Keon. He just dropped Keon.
I just dropped Keon
Yeah,
because
but
I
the receivers you drafted this year, man.
Yo,
Keon,
my fantasy.
Jerry
just rename
Jeudy,
your fantasy team to
George
Jonathan Taylor.
Pickens, or not? DK Metcalf, who you named your team after.
Yeah,
Who else is here?
DK's country.
Oh, Chris Godwin, who can't stay on the field.
I took Godwin in the fact that I thought that as soon as he'd come back, he'd just come back to that eliteness. And then Emeka Ibuka shows up and starts playing great, and then he's shuts off. Shuts off.
Mike Evans played
I think
one
he's
game
still
and then
hurt.
got hurt again. So
I'm
Bro,
convinced that
the streak is gone. The streak is
I'm
gone.
convinced.
sucks.
I'm convinced
Six,
that
but
Ibuka is
Six
still hurt,
Evans
though.
lives on forever.
I think Ibuka's still hurt because he didn't really miss any time with the hamstring injury.
I
He
took
kinda just
George
came back
Kittle in
and
the
played.
third round.
Hey, that could pay off in the end. The double tight end set.
You know what's
on-
crazy
Oh,
is a
double
guy,
tight end,
a guy,
double tight end
I'm
on,
rocking
on
double
tight
tight
end
end
day
right
was
now.
a
Brandon,
good start.
Brandon.
I won't lie.
Brandon, a guy with a winning record in fantasy football is complaining to us.
I know, right? We're 3-5. Like
Half of my team is
I've never
injured.
been this bad before in this league.
I don't think Bucky
I'm
Irving has
panicking
played
right
since
now.
week 4.
I
don't think
drafted
Bucky Irving's
Austin
played since week
Eckler.
4.
You drafted Eckler.
I
That's pretty
drafted
funny.
I drafted James Conner, CeeDee Lamb, Bucky Irving.
Jerome Ford was projected 14 points in the first week, and I put him on my bench.
Well,
I'm like,
because
that's a
Quinshawn
crap. And now
Judkins
he's
hadn't
projected
signed his
6
contract.
points.
That was the only reason why. He signed
Yeah,
his
he's an
contract
idiot.
like 2 days before.
I
the
took
season
Luther
started.
Burden on my team in the hopes that he would be legit.
You
He's
named your
awful.
team after Burden of
Yeah.
Luth.
Yeah, Burden of Luth. Oh my god, bro.
Anyway,
That was a
Okay,
bad shout. And then
what
I
we were
took
just
Geno
talking
Smith.
about, speaking of DK Metcalf torn, fellas, John, John, you're new here, welcome to overrated or underrated. We have some current players. We have some all-time players. I'm going to start with DK Metcalf.
Overrated.
He's overrated as fuck. He sucks.
He's had
I hate to
one
say
good
that
year with the
because
Russ
he's
Boone
been-
Bowl. It's
He
overrated.
saved my fantasy season games this year, specifically this year. I think he saved 3 of them because he dropped some late touchdown, or he's got 2 catches, but they're worth 80 yards because all he is a deep threat.
Well, he's a physical. They dick ride that he's a physical specimen.
Well, it's
right?
because he's a big
because
guy.
they want him. They want to see another Megatron so bad. They won't see another Megatron because he's the GOAT. Because he's the GOAT. Because he's the GOAT. But
Not ridiculous.
it's not. Anyway, the DK, okay. So DK, I think the last time DK has been legit was like 2022, Geno's first season, right? Maybe 23.
Yeah, they made
Then
The tail end of
Did
the
they
Russell
lose to the
Wilson days in
Rams?
Seattle.
Seattle.
They lost to the Niners.
They lost to the Niners. Yeah,
They beat the
Wild card
Rams.
round.
They lost to
But-
the Niners, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with DK, but Aaron Rodgers was seen calling him a cocksucker. I don't know if that's out of context. It might have not actually been.
Cocksucker!
It might have not actually been to DK Metcalf, but that clip is funny regardless. I'm gonna say, but yeah, dude, his physical frame is just so. It like put in your face like, oh, this guy should be a monster. Oh, look at him, hawk down.
Have you seen him next to like Aaron Donald?
Dude? Yeah.
Congrats, you
Those
can
guys are
block, I
beasts.
guess.
Look at him hawk down Buda Baker, bro. He's so
Guys,
good.
look at. I'm a physical run blocker.
If we're being real, him hawking down Buda Baker like inflated his glaze a lot
Popularity, 100%.
because he was a second-year player at that time. So he
I
wasn't,
think
like,
it's crazy, though,
fully
that
established. He got fully established in that year because Seattle offense was so good.
Him and AJ Brown being on the same Ole Miss teams is still ridiculous.
Same draft class too,
Yeah.
right? 2019.
Yeah,
Same
that's
year.
Damn,
ridiculous. I think
the Titans
Crowell-
have no idea what they're doing. Oh my
Matt
god.
Crowell might have been their quarterback too. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, Treylon Burks has the same number of receiving touchdowns that AJ Brown has Super Bowls since being traded.
That is quite something.
Next player on this list, Jordan Love.
I think he's pretty evenly rated.
I think he's underrated.
Dude, I think
I'd
he's
say he's properly rated.
I think he's overrated. Man,
I think he's properly rated.
I think he's playing pretty good this year.
Brandon, I want
Yeah, I
to know,
agree.
Brandon, what makes him so overrated? Because the media never really talks about Jordan Love as much as they talk about other quarterbacks, and
agree
you
with
don't
that.
see the glaze of like Jordan Love is a top 10 QB. You don't see that as much as you would
the
see
glaze in a
like.
different way. Let me put it.
I just thought he cleaned up his accuracy this year.
Okay,
I thought he's been playing pretty good ball this year.
let me put this into perspective on why I think he's over. I think he's overrated strictly off the fact that everyone's jumping to the gun. The whole Green Bay did it again. They're adding him to we got what?
Favre,
Well, if you give him a couple more years
Brett
and
Favre,
he
Aaron
has-
Rodgers, and now they're putting Jordan Love into that streak, and I don't think you're ready. I don't think you could say that yet.
It's
I think
too
Jordan
early
Love's.
to put.
I
that
think
in
he's
there.
making too much money. I think he folds in big games. I don't think he performs in the playoffs. I think he's starting to clean it up now, but he was prone to throw a lot of interceptions, especially against good teams. And I feel like people just jumped on his train way too early after he literally had one fucking good game, and then everyone was just like, "Oh, Green Bay did it again." I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but I mean, I have people that say he's borderline top 10, and I just don't see that at all. So for that reason,
I think this year
But I
with
think
the way
this year's
he's been
been
playing,
playing
you
better.
could argue that.
yeah, and I mean,
He's cleaned up the accuracy.
to be
a lot.
fair, he doesn't. He just has a team full of wide receiver twos. He does have a really good line. He's got a good tight end now. He has an amazing running back, and he has a deep receiver room and a receiver room that is really good at spreading the field. They get
Run after
open.
catch.
He hits yards after catch as well. But he hits a lot of open targets. He does not have a separation problem like the Bills do.
I would say this. I would think he's either properly rated or just slightly underrated, just because I don't think we've really. I think this is if he can play like this, we can see Jordan Love take his game to a different
He doesn't wow me.
level.
I think
You
the
can
only
see him
thing
take a
that can
different
make
level
him
again.
go up is
It's
if he
playoff
has
success.
playoff success.
Yeah,
exactly.
what I was gonna say.
Playoff
What really?
defense.
What more can you see? What do you
He-
think his ceiling is? Because I just don't think he's that talented.
I can see him
I
in
think-
that Packers conversation in 5 years. Say
He's good.
he makes
He's
a conference championship or possibly a Super Bowl.
That Dallas
But
playoff
that,
game is
but
saving
that
his
has
resume.
to be it. Oh yeah, 100%. And Dak being a fucking idiot.
It's just Green Bay owns the Cowboys historically,
Yeah.
so it's
that's true.
I just think you gotta
know,
start off by
it's
just
gonna
looking
happen.
at the little things though. You look at Jordan Love going from throwing a ton of picks and being extremely inaccurate to now he's cleaned up the turnovers. He's more accurate this year. Now we just gotta kind of see if he can stack that a couple of seasons and then just see what he does when he gets to the playoffs. I mean, so far hasn't been great in the playoffs, but I mean, if you look at just the numbers based off of accuracy and all that, he's gotten a lot better in terms of
I
that.
can hear it
so.
out, and I don't think it's extremely overrated one way or the other. I personally have never been the biggest Jordan Love guy. I think no matter what, it was a stupid pick to get him. He should not have been a first round pick. He should
Well,
not
it's
have,
because he sat
was-
on the bench for 3 to 4 years. That's the reason why.
He was still taking over Jalen Hurts, and I will never justify that. I don't know. I don't even know.
I don't think Jalen Hurts would have fit that scheme because you'd be going from Aaron Rodgers to Jalen Hurts.
I mean,
You know, and,
I
and-
think Jalen Hurts would succeed anywhere, but not everyone agrees with that, and I understand. But I can hear how the Jordan, and I'm not saying Jordan Love is not a bad quarterback at all. He's definitely in the
top 15 easily.
Yeah, he's in the upper
Borderline
half
fringe
of the
top
top
10.
16 quarterbacks for sure. Like he's in the upper half of QBs.
Yeah.
So, but it's just I guess I've never been the biggest believer in him. But I also maybe I should watch more Packers games this year because
They just don't show him.
yeah, and I know the Packers have been playing a very like bread and butter kind of boring football and just quietly winning games, but not like wowing
It's
you.
what they do.
And then you're looking and you're
I
more
feel
so
like mainly,
focused on
though,
their defense, if anything, because of Mike.
You'll hear more about Jordan Love's bad games though, like the Browns game,
Yeah.
because when the offense isn't working, it's usually because of Jordan Love.
Well, because they paid him way too early, right? Like they paid him after basically one full solid season as a starter and a playoff.
They handed him the keys, and now they gotta see where he goes.
They shall see. Hopefully, with and they've put a lot around him, so he cannot fail.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he fails, he won't really get a second chance because it's not like an Anthony Richardson situation. I just made Nate cringe at Anthony Richardson. Okay, here's an interesting name. George Karlaftis.
Okay. Oh,
Properly rated.
I was gonna say
See,
people are
that's tough.
finally realizing that he's like, including
he's
Chiefs fans.
He's legit.
No, that's what I was.
He's not.
He's
not with the
He's
elite.
not-
He's
not
falling.
awful.
He's falling off.
He's not awful. Like
And-
you'd enjoy him on your team.
Sure.
I'd enjoy a lot of people on my team.
A lot of
Well,
Chiefs
that's-
fans are
What I'm
not
saying is
happy
like
with his
he's
play.
not. Well, it's because the Chiefs are so used to winning and they're so used to greatness.
because
You've got so many studs on that
he's
team.
declining.
It's just as soon as you spot the one weak spot, you're like, boom, I want him gone. It's just what happens when you have such a good team. You look at any good team, any sport, any franchise. They start winning a lot. The second one player individually starts playing off, boom, gone. It's just how it works. Like, he's not awful. You'd enjoy him. Any team would be happy to pick him up.
They paid him like he's supposed to be playing better than he is,
it's what
though.
happens when you get paid. You get paid and you instantly decline. It's what happens. It's a mindset.
Not for
It's
everyone.
got to be a mindset.
Not
And
for
a good-
everyone.
I'd say a solid 75 to 80% of players have that. And that's not ridiculous. It's the mindset. It's all it is. I think he's good this year. He's been better. But like, I don't know. We've seen signs of him being like awful this year. It's just
Mhm.
I'd consider it a down year. I don't think he's overrated by any means.
No,
I think he's
don't either.
properly rated.
I think he's properly now because people are just noticing the slight decline.
Yeah,
There were some
Karlaftis is
names.
a good player.
There were some names I was considering putting on here, but they're just like so like I didn't want to say like DJ Moore because that's uber like overrated. Everyone, I didn't want to say like we just talked about Trey Hendrickson. Jalen Waddle though was my next one.
See, that's tough
Bro,
because
I've
he's on the
never really
Dolphins.
seen the hype behind Waddle, though. That's the
He's
thing. I know
he's overrated. Jalen Waddle is overrated.
If you put
I'm
him on
ready
a
to
good
say it.
team, he'll be properly rated.
Yeah,
I think that.
he's never wowed me. This guy was a top high end first round pick out of Alabama, and he's never done anything.
Roll Tide.
John,
and
you
I
give
know
us the
he's played
insight.
around
You're a
behind
Bama
Tyreek
fan.
Hill for most of his career, but Tyreek Hill has had instances where he hasn't played for injury. Jalen Waddle himself is quite injury prone.
he's
And he also
inconsistent,
just
too.
has, he's so inconsistent. He just and now he has to be Miami's wide receiver 1 now. And I'm not gonna say like just now he's like, oh, he's already shitting the bucket, whatever. He's playing fine, but overall as a player, like this guy, he's a very hyped
I'd say
name, and he has not
I'd say, like,
lived
slightly
up to his
overrated.
draft capital, in my opinion.
Slightly
I think
overrated.
he's overrated. I think I'm ready to say that he is. I felt he is for a while, mainly because you realize it when for 2 years in a row, I believe 23 and 22 and 23, I was a Jalen Waddle fantasy owner. That's what will awaken you the most to a lot of these players, these skill position players, is having them in fantasy and realizing like these guys don't actually really do much. Like they're just big names, like guys like DJ Moore, guys like Kenneth Walker, guys like Jalen Waddle, guys like DK Metcalf.
I mean, obviously, there's levels. It's not just fantasy football, obviously, but like, yeah, no.
But that can awaken you, is what I mean, right? So with mainly
benefited,
skill players like wide receivers, because obviously they're the most stat based in terms of ranking them.
I think he benefited a lot off of that one really good year of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's kind
Waddle. Now, granted, 2021. I could argue he peaked as a rookie. He broke at the time the rookie reception record.
The rookie reception
played great, while Tua was terrible. Flores was right about Tua, by the way. Anyway, Tua was terrible that year. Waddle balls out. You know, that reception record has been broken, I think, 3 times now. Once by a tight end who holds it currently, and then Neighbors
Brock Bowers
upped it as well, and then Puka upped it as well in 23. But I don't know. I'm ready. I think we could be ready to call Jalen Waddle overrated. And on the
I think if you send him on another team, he'll be properly rated.
Yeah.
I think it'll change.
Come
quick.
to Buffalo,
it's
man.
Just,
we can fix it.
The second he's gone from Tua, it's like a curse. Gone, and he'll be
I got one. I got 2, but I don't really think there's much debate here. But they're both wide receivers, and I'm gonna start with kind of probably. I got a Cooper Kupp. I think we can all agree.
He's he's overrated as an all-time player. He had one.
I think people they overlook Cooper
that
Kupp
one crazy year.
Yeah,
I get Triple Crown. It's awesome. It's one of the best seasons ever. But as all time,
what do you think about Garrett Wilson?
Oh,
What do you think about Garrett Wilson, guys?
Oh, it might be time to have a discussion about him.
Nah.
I think Garrett Wilson's.
And again, his quarterback is like Justin Fields.
I think Garrett Wilson's pretty good.
He's underrated.
His quarterback is Justin
Fields. Underrated because because you guys are having this reaction. He's underrated. That's proving.
Although underrated. I will say
he's a very talented player. He's miles ahead of Chris Olave.
He is underrated, but I think where his name falls in conversations is what could lead to someone thinking he's overrated. Because there are people that will like try and argue Garrett Wilson into like the upper echelons of like inside the top 10, like anywhere pushing like 8 to 6. Yeah. So like, I don't know. I think with namesake he can be a little overrated, but I think Garrett Wilson's just stuck on the Jets and he's shown a lot of flashes. So I'd say he's like anywhere from like properly rated to even a little underrated, just because again he's on the Jets.
I would agree with that. I can see that. I had one more receiver that I want to talk about. Nico Collins.
I
would say properly.
He's not solid.
He's not good right now.
He's starting to drop. He's starting to drop passes this year. I don't know if you guys have peeped that. It was a couple games. I still think he's properly rated because obviously he exploded onto the scene and he was never supposed to be anything super crazy. You know, I believe Michigan wide receiver, right?
Yep.
Came in 2021, sat in the depth chart for a while.
Comes out and just balls out.
Yeah.
What about? I'm just kind of okay. What about a guy like Terry McLaurin?
He's overrated. I'm so serious. He's overrated.
I think so too.
I've been saying this for a minute. He got paid way too much money. It's like, dude,
he got paid a bag,
for a while. We were waiting for him and it's all like, oh, he's always had all these different quarterbacks. Now he can't stay on the field, dude. He's never like taken that next. He hasn't taken that next step, but he's being paid like he did. And I know last year was an outlier and it was great and it was an awesome year. And then people were overrating him again because they were like, dude, Terry McLaurin might be a top 5 receiver in the game. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, there's just absolutely no way you could say that.
I mean, I got a couple just because, like, I've pulled a couple up, too. What do you think about a guy like Wes Welker?
I have him on here. I have him and Julian Edelman, and they're both overrated.
I have Wes Welker. I think Wes Welker on New England actually was,
I think he's overrated, and especially Julian Edelman, who I also have on this list. Overrated as fuck. If Julian Edelman ever makes the Hall of Fame, John, you need to go back to Ohio and burn Canton to the ground.
Okay.
Put Steve Tasker in.
Steve, dude. Julian Edelman is not a Hall of Fame football player.
No, he's definitely not first ballot. At least
No.
He's not Hall of Fame at all. What did he do outside of the playoffs? Show me a notable Julian Edelman rookie
Plays well
season
when it
that's Hall of
matters
Fame
most.
quality. Dude, and Brady made anyone good, man. Tell me Julian Edelman's not doing that on any other
Look at
team.
Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez was elite.
Aaron Hernandez was good before Tom.
Aaron
Brady.
Hernandez was elite. That's like what people say about.
Hernandez and Ron.
That's like what people say about. That's like when people.
They drafted him in the same draft class too.
Oh, John would understand this. That's like when people try to shit on Chris Benoit in ring performance just because of what he did. Chris Benoit was an elite wrestler, and I understand he, did some really bad things to his family and then himself. But when people try to put down people's games just because of off the field stuff like OJ or
OJ is one
Aaron
of the best running backs of all time.
OJ's a top 5 running back.
OJ's a top 5 running back of all time, and I'm not. He's a top 5 running back of all time. OJ Simpson. I agree, John.
Miles better than Bo Jackson.
People try to shit. You know who else people try to shit on? That's underrated for when they were around and because of off the field stuff. Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs was going to be
Don't get me started on Henry Ruggs.
problem in the
Don't
NFL.
get me started on Henry
Ruggs
bro.
was going to be so elite, and I'm so sad
Henry
that he
Ruggs is
decided
my
to be a
baby,
dumbass.
dude.
And
I'm sorry, hold up.
huh?
First pitch of Game 5, David Schneider just hit a leadoff bomb.
Oh my
First
God.
pitch of the game. The first pitch of the game, sorry. I'm
I was
cheering
gonna
for the Blue
say,
Jays because I hate
another
the
one.
Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers.
Blue Jays need to
I'm
save
cheering for the
baseball. I'm a
Blue Jays.
Yankees fan, but the Blue Jays need to save baseball. So go Jays.
Another one I got is Tony Romo.
They went back to back. Vladdy, I swear to God, on my life, they just went back to back off of Blake Snell. On my life, this is absolutely
Good.
simple.
Blake Snell sucks.
I'm
Tony
sorry,
Romo?
fans.
I don't feel like Tony
Overrated.
Romo's overrated. No, everyone knows
I
he's
do.
ass, right?
Well,
I
people
like Tony
blaze him
Romo
because he's a
more as an
commentator.
announcer.
Obviously, but people
We'll
don't
wrap
say
it up.
Tony.
No, Jim.
People don't.
What about
People
Chris
outside of
Collinsworth?
Dallas
What about
don't
Chris
say Tony Romo
Collinsworth?
is a good quarterback.
We'll rapid fire. What do you got? I got
Joe
Frank Gore.
Flacco, all time.
Joe Flacco's a little bit. I feel like Joe Flacco's a little overrated.
Remember when
Moonshot.
President?
He's
remember-
underrated just because you said that.
Moonshot. Who?
Remember when
Joe
the president
Flacco.
said that Joe Flacco is an
All
elite
time.
quarterback?
Joe
He
Flacco
is.
is a good quarterback.
Joe Flacco's
I don't know.
all right. If we're gonna shit on Joe Flacco, then he's underrated. Joe Flacco is now proving to be one of the more longevic quarterbacks we've ever seen.
But, like,
How
look
is
at
he
what Joe
still
Fla-
playing?
I don't know, man.
And he's playing at a
he's on
good
the
level.
Bengals.
He's playing at a, like
Level.
above,
He's
like
only playing at a
average,
good level
average
'cause
to
he's on
above
the
average level.
Bengals.
All right,
Look at
but
Joe
since we're
Flacco on the
rapid
Browns
firing,
this year.
Look at him on the Browns 2 years ago, though.
Look at him
Yes,
this
when they
year.
had
They didn't even
weapons.
play that bad.
What, dude? They did not have. I'm not
the
going to sit here
Browns-
and say they had weapons, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Not
since
this
we're
year.
rapid firing,
No,
Tyler
even that
Lockett.
year, who was Flacco throwing to? Amari Cooper, David Njoku.
Yes.
David Njoku was pretty decent 2 years ago.
And they had a good
Njoku's a
good
dog.
defense.
Dude, I don't know.
Not
And,
this one,
and
by the way.
Flacco has a
Njoku
ring.
sucks.
I'm not hearing this. No. Have
Oh
you
my
seen-
gosh.
Did you?
That
They
was when the
shut
lights
the
went out.
power off at halftime.
No, but dude, Flacco's one of those other QBs that I talk about, like with Hurts, that get better in the playoff. Flacco is a stud. Playoff Joe, besides Cleveland, he shit the bed. But Ravens playoff Joe Flacco was a stud, dude. Do you guys remember that Denver game? Oh my god,
Yeah,
dude.
Ray Rice.
Joe Flacco's underrated just because you said that. Now you got me fired up. Here's another one.
All right. I got another one.
I heard Ray Rice. What you got one, Josh?
I originally said Tyler Lockett, but I changed my pick. AJ Green. Bengals. AJ Green.
Underrated.
It depends on who you-
Overall, or just on
It
the
depends on who you
Overrated.
talk to.
Overall.
Underrated.
Some people
AJ
overrate
Green.
it, man.
AJ Green was a staple of the 2010s. AJ
Some
Green
people
I
was
have another
overrate-
one that might be good.
Some
I have
people
another one that
overrate
might be
AJ
good, and
Green.
I know we're not going to talk about
But
AJ
I
Green
think
much,
it's
but
properly.
Doug Baldwin.
by Hilton.
I have Doug Baldwin on here, who's very underrated. But
Very
who?
underrated. I like T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton's
T.Y.
underrated.
Hilton's properly.
T.Y.
I
Hilton's
think he's
underrated.
properly rated, if anything. I think T.Y. is a stud. Great route runner.
T.Y. Hilton doesn't get respect enough. He was insane. That
Did we
was a
say
bad
Joe
man.
Montana last time?
Yeah.
No, but he's properly rated. I mean, he's top 5 all time.
Alshon Jeffries.
Hmm. I could.
Oh, I got another one after that.
Alshon Jeffries is
properly
probably
rated.
Alshon Jeffries is
I
probably.
was gonna say, you want to talk about Bears wide
game in
receivers?
the World Series
What do you guys think about Brandon Marshall?
Dog.
Properly, maybe a little
Ish.
under. No, properly rated. Properly rated.
I think
he gets talked about enough.
Yeah.
Terrell
Brandon
Owens.
Marshall, dog.
Terrell Owens is properly as well. I mean, everyone.
I don't want to see him doing exercises outside of his house.
He's
They're
work on
matching.
so many different teams. He's still playing football. Ezekiel Elliott.
Overrated.
One good year.
Overrated.
One really good
You
year.
do not know how good Ezekiel Elliott was in the college football playoff. You have
What do you know
no
about rookie
idea.
Zeke?
Now you guys
What do you
are
know about
making me
rookie
want to
Zeke?
say underrated. He did not have one good year.
What do you know about-
Zeke
what
did
do you
not
know
have
about
one
rookie
good
Zeke?
year. Stop this.
What
Stop
about
this
2 or
right
3
now.
good years?
Zeke did not have one good year.
About 6 or 7.
Cam Newton.
Properly rated.
You want
Maybe even
MVP.
slightly underrated.
Slightly
Overrated.
over. He's over. Dude,
Overrated,
people
yeah.
treat Cam Newton like he was God. Okay.
I don't.
Listen.
I look at Cam Newton for face
Super
value.
Cam-
MVP season Cam Newton.
Listen.
MVP Cam Newton.
Yeah,
Oh,
listen.
fuck.
Super
man.
Cam, I will always respect Super Cam because him and OBJ like defined our generation in terms of being a football fan.
Yeah,
And
no doubt.
Cam Newton is still maybe the most entertaining football player with some childhood bias that I can think of.
Colin Kaepernick.
But people on television and on especially NFL TikTok treats Cam Newton, they have the audacity to say he's better than Josh Allen all time. And I'm just not going to stand for it anymore. So I think he's slightly overrated. Colin Kaepernick, Colin Kaepernick sucks.
Michael
Kaepernick
Crabtree.
was more of a symbol.
Crabtree's.
You test. Ooh. Richard
Crabtree
Sherman.
was overrated at the time for a little bit, but now everyone knows, like, yeah, this dude's kind of sorry. Frank Gore.
Richard Sherman. If
Ooh,
you
Richard
try him
Sherman.
with a sorry ass receiver like Crabtree,
Richard
that's
Sherman
the
is
results you're
properly
gonna get.
rated. He's really
I think
good.
Richard Sherman's properly rated.
Frank Gore.
Underrated. I feel like people don't talk about Frank Gore enough.
The longevity that he had as a
He
running
is
back,
And the
most longevity
consistency.
quarterback we've ever seen.
Considering the fact
He's
that
a top
running backs
3
have,
running
like,
back
an
of all
average-
Dude,
top 5.
top 3 is crazy.
I'd say top 5.
I'm a big Frank Gore guy, and I could say like the highest I
What
put
you know
him is
about Frank Gore on the
5,
Bills?
definitely
at
top 10.
38.
He was good with you, dude. I remember me and Nate went to a game with my dad and uncle, and we saw the unks of Bills Frank Gore versus Redskins Adrian Peterson with Dwayne Haskins at quarterback on Washington, and we whooped their
Dwayne
ass.
Haskins,
The battle of the young.
Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. But we whooped. It
Speaking
was
of running
Adrian
backs-
Peterson versus Frank Gore in the Big 2019, and we whooped their ass.
Speaking of running backs,
Carson
CJ
Wentz.
Spiller. CJ Spiller. Oh.
Ooh.
Dare I say a little underrated?
That would not be
CJ
ridiculous.
Dare
CJ
I say a
Spiller?
little
Carson
underrated?
Wentz. Carson Wentz.
I'd say CJ Spiller is
Carson
pretty
Wentz is
underrated.
overrated. Carson Wentz is overrated.
Shut up, bro.
I just
Shut
read
up.
a Reddit thread. I was going through names. I just read a Reddit thread where someone said 2017 Carson Wentz is the best single season for a quarterback of all time.
Hey, boys. I'm gonna have to cut this short here. I have kind of an emergency.
Well, you don't get to be here for the pick'ems, but I mean, I guess.
I
who
know.
cares?
I mean the pick'ems are pretty much the same between everybody.
Nate's
week.
in last now. John's in third.
I know.
John's in third.
I know.
I'm cooking my
comeback.
lead. I'm cooking my lead.
Nate Harrington.
What happens when you don't pick the favorites?
Well, okay.
I'm not
Last
favorites.
week wasn't even you didn't
Yeah,
pick the favorites.
folks,
You just
folks,
picked
I do have to.
Nate,
I do have to dip
unironically,
out. I do have to dip out.
Oh, Nate went 6 and 7. Goodbye, John.
Nate went 6 and 7.
Boys, but we will be back. My pick'ems, I will finish in second this week. I will be
Nate.
second place after this week.
You'd have to. You're 5 games behind me. That would be quite a lot.
I'm back, baby. I don't know. Yeah, we have pretty much the same picks.
We do actually. Wow, we vary in
And
like
they
two
can't even
games.
say that I picked the favorites. Bro picked the Falcons. I picked the Dolphins. He picked the Bears. I picked the Ravens.
All right, boys, it was a pleasure. Next episode, next Wednesday, we will be back. We
All right, Jonathan
will be
is on.
back.
My Browns
All right,
pick wasn't
Jonathan.
ridiculous at the time until after the half.
No. So here's what we got for pick'ems. Is there any more overrated, underrated names, or can we just kind of
I think that's good.
Torn Ross
Let us-
fantasy season.
overrated?
Overrated.
It's carried by 2 players.
Bitch. A pussy.
Soft, pretty boy.
So,
All right. This week, Nate goes 6-7. One of the worst pick'em weeks we've had. He's dropped to last place overall. Why would one pick the Giants
Over the
Browns,
Eagles?
Steelers? I don't know. I understand, picking 1-2 upsets. Once you hit, 3,
That's
4 with
ridiculous.
Chicago.
I went 11-2. Yo, get that shit off the screen right now.
This week, let's see. I'm only looking at the first 3 columns. This week, any variations? Wow, you guys are both riding with Atlanta over
Falcons.
the Patriots.
I'm taking the Falcons over the Pats because I believe
Dirty
that
Birds!
as
Dirty
soon as Drake May
Birds!
gets brought into the top 5 in MVP running conversation.
He's
That's
been in
gonna-
there for weeks. What are you talking about?
Well, now he's in like 3rd.
He was there. He's been there. No.
He
No,
was
no.
not 3rd.
Yes, he
not
was.
3rd last
Yes, he
year.
was. Yes,
No
he
way.
was. Yes,
There's
he
no
was.
way.
Yes, he was.
Patriots. The Patriots' high road is bound to come to the end.
I
and
hope
it's
it
gonna
does.
happen
I hope
this
I'm.
week.
I hope I'm wrong. But I have other risky picks here, so this game I went safe. For
How
example,
about the Giants, Nate?
Nate, stop picking the Giants.
Who do the Giants play again this week? I kind of
San
forgot.
Francisco.
49ers?
Actually,
Dude.
that's not ridiculous.
Ridiculous. That's not ridiculous at all.
He's
What if
switching
I?
it.
No, I have
ridiculous.
too many risky picks. I gotta
It's not
stay
ridiculous,
true.
dude.
I gotta stay true. here.
You've got the Steelers over the Colts.
The Colts gotta lose a game, and it's Steelers on the road.
It's not to them. It's just not.
I know.
No,
I know their defense has been the highest.
Guy.
All right, listen. They have the highest paid defense, and it's been bad. I get that, but listen, it just feels
There's
like
just
one of those. games.
no.
It just feels like
no
one
way.
of those games.
No way.
It feels like one of those games where like something's in the air. It's like Bills Jags.
Aaron Rodgers comes running out with the flag.
Definitely not that. Nate,
Legendary meme.
you're really riding Broncos country, huh?
Broncos country. Let's
I
ride.
think it's another thing with the Colts there. I picked the Texans just because I feel like the Broncos are due to lose. They're 6-2 right now. They could easily
I like
be 2-6.
I like CJ
I-
Stroud against the
Bo
Broncos.
Nix heater.
Yeah.
I gotta ride the Bo Nix heater right now. I'm so
And
sorry
we
for
also
benching
play
you in
well.
fantasy football.
And then we
After
don't
being
vary
told
on
by
any
more.
other games.
I really wanted to pick the Chiefs. You don't understand, but I can't do it as a Bills fan.
No, I can't. I can't either.
I couldn't. I really considered picking the Chiefs
See,
this
does
week.
John vary in any games?
He's got the
No, he doesn't. He doesn't vary.
I would have considered the Dolphins if Lamar wasn't playing.
He's basic, bro.
Yeah, we all got Ravens, Bears,
Bro,
Lions,
John went
Packers,
with all the
Chargers.
favorites.
We all got.
Or you do that like every
Jags,
week.
Rams,
Stop talking.
Bills, Seahawks.
No,
and
I do
Cowboys.
not, bro.
Yes, you do.
Are there any
Yes,
games?
you do.
Are there any games here that we picked one way that we could see going the other way? I have one.
Torn just said Torn said he doesn't
I
pick
think
the
the
favorites
Bengals
like
could
every
beat
week.
the Bears.
That's not.
If-
I was
if
also
Joe-
going to say
if Joe
I think.
Flacco plays. I
Yeah.
think that they beat the Bears, but if he doesn't and they start Jake Browning, I think the Bears take it.
I think yeah, that's not. I think.
I think my pick is contingent whether or not Joe Flacco plays.
One that was really hard for me was I picked Seattle, but I could really see Washington winning at home. I don't, unless Jaden Daniels doesn't play again. But
I'm riding that
I feel
Sam
I feel like
Darnold train,
I feel
bro.
like
Sam
Seattle's
Darnold's-
got to
Sam
lose at
Darnold's
some
good.
point. There's a lot of really hot teams right now. That this is
Seen
the
it
point of the
before.
season where a lot of teams, the standings are going to get
Ease off.
closer. Division races are going to get
It's
a little
like
closer.
midterms. It's like midterms. We're
Right.
approaching midterms. Everybody's getting all stressed, and then it's like, oh, they're over.
Well,
it.
this is where a
Ease
lot of
down,
people
bring it
drop
down.
out, right?
Excuse me, sir. But how long is Bryce Young out for?
question.
He is out.
Not that it would make a difference because the Packers are going to destroy the Panthers, but the Panthers
don't know, the
insanity
Pack-
run. It was fun, but it's like, hey, Bryce Young, we're all good. Andy Dalton's
No,
here.
no, that's what the NBA. That's what the NBA is doing. Hey, LeBron, we're all good. Victor Wembanyama.
Hey, Curry, we're all good. Shaden Sharp is here.
He might come back. He was
Hey,
a full
hey,
participant today.
hey, Giannis. Giannis, we're all good. Denny Avdia is here. We're all good.
LeBron, you know what, LeBron? It's okay. We're all good.
Denny's going to be an all. I know we're not NBA.
Ben Simmons is here.
Soon we'll talk about basketball, especially in the NFL offseason once it's
Yeah, the
NBA
best year
playoffs.
Yeah,
Dude,
y'all can talk about the NFL, and Nate and I will talk about NHL.
Denny is going to be an all-star this year.
So is Kuminga.
No, he's not.
Yes, he will.
No, he's not.
Kuminga will be an all-star this year.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Brown?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, he will be.
So this week,
You know who's gonna get traded? Pods. I hope you get traded.
he's overrated.
Pods
That overrated or underrated?
Sucks.
Pods. Overrated.
Through
I
the
don't
roof.
understand the pods hype, man.
You see this? Here's the airplane. You all the way the fuck up
You're
here.
way the fuck up here. Here's a space shuttle. You know where you are?
Shuttle?
All the way the fuck up here. High as fuck. All right. Well, we did get done by 8:30 like John wanted. Unless anyone else has anything to say, we can go ahead and wrap
I
up
think
at
we're
just
good.
under an hour and a half. Good time.
I just want to say that Torn, you fucking suck at fantasy. I
hope this comes back to bite you now. I hope to God.
I wish you were there because me and Brandon literally called each other at 1:30.
Oh, we didn't get to talk about that. Woody Marks.
Woody Marks' touchdown. Oh my God.
So for anyone that's wondering what happened, this dude Nate
I lost in fantasy by 5 points.
He needed Kenneth Walker, Woody Marks, and Sam Darnold in the same game
Sam
to get
Darnold.
like 13, and then they weren't about to get it. And in the fourth quarter, Nate keeps getting owed. Sam Darnold does a pointless interception. Big runs that were gonna put him over while he's down like 1 point get called back. Woody Marks goes down at the 1 and a bunch of stuff, and then all of a sudden this miraculous thing, they try to get Woody Marks in the end zone twice.
Too.
He drops a pass in the end zone, then gets stuffed for a loss of 2. Then they throw an incompletion. They go for it on 4th down. Stroud extending the play finds Woody Marks barely in the end zone for a touchdown at 1 in the morning because it was a 10 p.m. EST start time, and me and Nate are freaking out on the phone.
And I lost because of that.
It's 1 in the morning. I'm calling Brad. Like, Woody Marks with 0.6 of a second remaining. Oh!
It's the Harrington miracle, fellas. It truly is. It was amazing.
It truly.
Miracle at Nate's house. I won't dox him. But
I was gonna say I'm not gonna say the actual name, but
I was flaming Torn at 2:00 in the morning.
that must have been fun
of the day.
to wake up to.
I woke up.
Was.
I went to sleep at like 11. I woke up. I look at my phone, and I look at the 10 Toes Down pod, and it's got like mentioned by Brandon Crone, mentioned by Nate,
Like 25.
and this is like blowing up. It started at like 1:30. It didn't end till like 2:15 in the morning. I open it up and I look, and it's just like Torrin, Woody Marks, and then it's like you're getting hoed, and then Woody Marks scores with 2 minutes left in the game, and it's like a 20-point game. Stat padding at its finest.
I then proceeded to take the clip from last 2 weeks ago's pod and send it to every single
group chat I'm in.
Group chat that's Torrin's in. I sent it to Torrin 3 different times that day. I said, you know what, you deserve it. Then I changed, like you guys saw a couple minutes ago on this podcast, I changed my fantasy profile to an old ass picture of Torrin before bro went on the Ozempic.
Bro, that was my welcome back. It was first. Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can we just end it there?
Before Jordan went on the Ozempic. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry we didn't review week 7. If there's anything you guys want us to talk about from week 7, we can address it next week, I guess. We won't take any more bye weeks this year. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all this stuff. Midterm season's over, so we'll be getting some more content out for you guys now.
Oh my God.
We'll see you guys in next week's episode. Josh Allen better beat the Chiefs because that'll dictate my mental health for the rest of the year.
Me too.
Or did I say Josh Allen better beat Patrick Mahomes, or did I say the other way around?
No, he said you better beat the Chiefs.
Okay, Josh Allen better be the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes better throw a pick. We'll see you guys. Take care.